everybody.
Hey guys.
How you doing?
I'm good, how are you?
So this vlog or video is actually a follow-up to a tweet and Facebook messages that we did based on cleanses. We get a lot of questions about cleanses and detox and how do I jumpstart my weight loss and all these questions.
And we had a lot of questions about cleanses and
so
all
many
of that.
questions. And for me, it's really hard for me to omit food from my diet, whether it's a juice cleanse, whether it's a, all these crazy cleanses that celebrities do. It's really tough for me not to have food. And I don't do well on those. It leads me to binge. So we were always looking for, something that's natural, that's good to put in our bodies, because it is good to detox every once in a while.
Right. Sometimes you just need to have that feeling of, I'm getting back to basics,
That's
back to the, kind of level one playing field.
And you want it to be easy, no fuss, no muss. But for me, I was always like, I would love to do a cleanse, but I would love to do it with food incorporated as well.
And that's hard to find.
So we met a fantastic guy. His name is Derrick Johnson. He's the owner of New Metabolism. He's a celebrity nutritionist.
That's right.
But he does everything from a holistic approach. And the cool thing about Derrick is his story. He had digestive problems growing up from an acne medication that he took. And so he really explored wholesome medicine and things like that. So he is, like I said, celebrity nutritionist. He's also the nutritionist for all the Biggest Loser resorts. He looks kind of like who?
Patrick Dempsey.
He looks kind of Patrick Dempsey-ish.
They could be doppelgangers, don't you think?
Him and his wife are such a beautiful couple. They are great people, and they have kids, and they're just really healthy, and they're just trying to be healthy like everybody else. So we decided, Derrick was actually helping me because over the holidays, if you didn't notice, I had 3 kidney stones. I was very sick, overworked, underpaid, all that kind of stuff. Overstressed, and my body was holding all this water. I was drinking water trying to flush the kidney stone, and I wasn't passing any water. So when you're not peeing, you're drinking water, there's a problem there. So when I went to the doctor, of course, they wanted me to take a steroid and all this other kind of medicine, and I just wasn't comfortable doing that. And so it got to a point where I couldn't even tie my tennis shoes because my feet were so swollen. So I called Derrick, and I was like, what can I do? I really need something to flush. And Olivia was looking for something to kind of do with me. That way I wasn't doing it by myself also. And he said, let's try the New Metabolism cleanse. There's a 7-day cleanse and a 13-day cleanse. And of course I was like, I'm not drinking maple syrup and water if that's what this is. And I trust Derrick, so I knew that it wouldn't be.
Right.
This cleanse has real food. There is some different powders and shakes involved, but it does take a commitment. We did a 13-day commitment.
Yes.
And I'm proud to say I lost 11 pounds. And most of that was water because I don't, I'm not trying to slim down, but I had so much water weight and it wasn't passing. It wasn't like I was trying to sweat and this and that. I was able to do it, feel good about myself. I had energy again. I was able to not drink coffee for several days, which for me is a miracle. And it just really helped me get my body kind of back on track.
Absolutely. And I did really well too. I did go down a handful of pounds, which I thought was amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, we can always, everybody's always fighting with a few pounds here and there. We're just like everybody else.
Absolutely.
And this is a lifelong journey for us. So it was really nice to just really challenge myself to really kind of go back to that basics of clean eating. We get it going so fast, and you get in a rut and you're eating the same things, or you're grabbing for this or grabbing for that. So this was so great to kind of get back to zero.
And it was a great chance to learn more about wholesome things that we can do, remedies and things like that. Like Derrick has programs for people that have problems sleeping.
Yes.
Programs for people that have digestive problems.
Yes.
He has this whole suite of products and different things and counseling.
Yes.
And the best thing about this cleanse is Derrick did a pre-counseling session with us both, asked us what we were looking for. Are you trying to jumpstart something? What are you trying to do? So we were in constant contact with him. His team will be in constant contact to whoever purchases this cleanse and decides to do it. And it was wonderful. I was able to call and ask questions. Anytime I had on the fly question, I was able to get in touch. They were amazing. And this team at New Metabolism really took great care of us.
It was really good. And for me, I at the time was going through training with SoulCycle. So I was on a bike for many hours a day. And so I remember one day I was just feeling like I just was a little bit lightheaded. And so I called him immediately and was like, I don't know if I need a little more food. And he was able to counsel me through. And I was able
adjust for her.
And adjust. I was able to add a little bit of protein extra, and it immediately fixed the problem, and I felt great.
Absolutely.
So I love the fact that it's also, it is a general plan, but you can really tailor it.
You can modify it to yourself.
Individual what your needs are.
And I can tell you that after I finished the cleanse, the first day of anything is a little bit rough. I had been drinking more caffeine than I should be drinking, and I started to sleep well. And that for me was a huge thing because I've been having such trouble sleeping. And Derrick really kind of coached me through that. And it was just the fact that he was tailoring it to me. I felt like I was being well taken care of. I felt calm. I felt in control. It was a very much of a de-stress type of thing. Yeah. And I really enjoyed following it. Yeah. So this is kind of what one of the things looks like. This is the Detox Powder. And you get a couple different things that you put together. that Derrick helped us with. And so you add frozen fruit to your smoothies. And I will say it doesn't taste like a milkshake, but I just felt so great doing this.
And we say this all the time. I mean, we're such a society of it has to taste good, it has to be this, it has to be that.
Right.
Sometimes what's best for you may not be
a cheeseburger,
a cheeseburger or a cupcake. So,
right.
And I will say, it's the morning shake was not my favorite, but it wasn't like I was gagging it down or anything. It just wasn't like a cupcake. So I would have to get up and make that choice. Like, I know this, isn't my most favorite tasting thing ever, but but I felt so good afterwards that I would want to get up and drink it every morning. So there's also a flush.
There's a flush, there's a powder.
Yeah.
And another thing I will say, part of weight loss and part of jump starting is getting your colon in good shape.
Yes.
And I will say in that area, this is great for that.
It's fantastic. And I will say, Hannah was really challenged with retaining all of that water.
Yeah.
And one thing that I've always been challenged with, and this might be a little too much information, but I've always had a really, really hard time in the digestive, in the pooping area.
Constipated.
Since I was a little girl, I've had a lot of problems. And
we thought it was because you ate too much cheese, but now she doesn't eat cheese, so it's not that.
I don't eat cheese. I just have a...
That was something that Derrick concentrated with her on, which is great.
So he really, really concentrated and spent a lot of time really helping with me and is continuing to help me work with that because it did improve that situation quite a bit. And anytime I can improve upon that is always a good thing for me.
So again, check out his website, newmetabolism.com. His name is Derrick Johnson. You can follow him on Twitter, and we'll put all that information down below. Also, we're going to open the field up for questions just for Derrick. Derrick's going to respond to the questions below, so make sure you like and subscribe so you can get your, if you have a question about wholesome nutrition, if you have a question about superfoods, this guy can pretty much, I'm telling you, sometimes when we see him, we just ask him questions to see if he knows the answer. He's like a brilliant genius.
And
such a nice guy.
Another little added bonus, which is so great, is Derrick has also offered a really amazing discount for you guys. So we'll put all that information
all the subscribers,
how you can get that really awesome discount. Make sure you like this page or like and subscribe and Twitter and all of that for us, and you'll be able to get that information. All of this information will also be listed in detail on the blog. There's a link below. You can click to that, get all the information, get all your questions answered from Derrick, and really try out this new metabolism cleanse.
And just think about it. When was the last time you had a semi-consultation to holsify your body, really?
Yeah.
Holsify? Is that a word?
I don't know. We just created it.
I think we did. So Derrick's gonna be hanging out in the comments. Ask him your question. He'll get it answered, and you can learn a lot from this.
Absolutely.
I know I did.
There are many, many options out there for cleanses and detoxes. And
this is my favorite so far.
And we're not saying, obviously this is the only option out there, but this was an option that we did try and we really, really enjoyed, and we wanted to pass it on to you because we really believe it's a good product.
And I will say something about this product is this is from a company, a small company that started out because he had a problem and he was trying to find something natural that something that he could give his children, something that he could give people, something that people can do on their own. And he has just created a whole suite of so many wonderful things. So Derrick, we love you. Thank you so much to you and your wife for helping us with this cleanse. It was fantastic, and I hope to do it again.
Yep, it's going to be really awesome. So really go check out all the information and make sure to leave your comments below for Derrick.
And by the way, get your new metabolism on.
That's right. We will talk to you soon.
Bye.
Bye-bye.